second period in which the Flyers were certainly limited in the shot department. Now they only had 5 shots on goal.
That's despite having some power play time, and statistically this 3-2 lead has been very important for the Washington Capitals. When leading after 2 periods of play so far this year, the Capitals 9 wins, no losses, and 3 ties. And when the Philadelphia Flyers have been trailing after 2 periods, they have not won a game. They've lost 8 and tied 1. The Capitals and Flyers, 2 of the hotter teams in terms of interdivision play. They really have played well lately in the Patriot Division, and particularly the Flyers, 7-0-1 in their last 8 division games. And remember, they started the season 0-4-1 against Patriot Division opponents. And this one period, Mike, incredibly, only the second time in 27 periods against the Patriot Division teams in that streak that the Flyers have been outscored. The last time was all the way back late October against the New York Rangers, and that was still a 3-1 Flyer victory in Madison Square Garden. So Philadelphia has been sensational against Patriot Division opponents. Capitals have been very good against Patriot Division opponents as well, and the Capitals also showing continued strength on the road, where they have won 3 in a row.
How do you account for a turnaround going 0-4-1 in the first 5 Patrick Division games for Philadelphia, then going 7-0-1 in the next 8? Is that just the reappearance of Ron Hextall on the roster?
No, actually, it's probably more of Ken Reggett, really. But talking to Paul Holmgren about that before the game, he said it just simply has been, they've taken care of business in their own end so much better. They've been much more disciplined, with Reggett doing a solid job, and as we talked about, not yielding a lot of rebounds. And the little ones he has yielded have been gobbled up by the big defenseman in front. But the Capitals have been able to get to Ken Reggett 3 times. Berube and Cicerelli there on the left side, and
kind of a face-off is that.
You see Andy Van Hellemond trying to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Didn't even move.
I don't think he was ready for the drop. It looked like Van Hellemond dropped it and was on his way out as the puck was leaving his hand.
How could Ridley be so ready and act and wasn't? Ridley just took it and walked away. Here's Cicerelli as the Capitals get another draw here inside the Flyers zone. A quick shot on goal and a save made by Reggett, and he covers up as Kelly Miller is pushed out of there from in front of the net by Carkner.
Boy, what a terrific move by Dino Cicerelli. This is the part of Dino's game that has come back. It really started the other night against the Flyers, continued on Saturday night against New Jersey. Watch this move. This step, this quickness has been missing from Cicerelli's game. Chychrun thinks he's going behind the net. Cicerelli turns on the brakes and comes out, and I'm a little surprised, knowing how good Dino Cicerelli is at close quarters of getting the puck up quickly. I'm a little surprised with Reggett down like that Dino didn't try and go top shelf, try and sneak it underneath that crossbar, which he is so deadly at.
Here's a steal. Cicerelli has the puck, tries to thread the needle with a pass over to Kelly Miller. Rink wide, he goes to Scott Stevens, a shot up high off the glass. Now back on the right point, Kevin Hatcher keeps it in. His drive caught by Reggett, dances to his right and leads it out for Tocchet. Now Murray Craven throws it on into the Washington zone. We're just underway with the third period. Capitals leading 3-2. Kevin Hatcher out to center ice. In across the line, an offside called as Ridley was in before the puck carrier on the left wing. Now Kypreos has something going with Tocchet, and they are held apart.
So I guess we can safely assume it wasn't Rick Tocchet who sent Nick Kypreos the flowers before the game.
I wouldn't think so, unless it was some sort of an instigatory move like years ago when Willie Huber was having that feud with Jim Devellano when he left Detroit on bad terms and went to New York and said things in the papers that Jimmy Devellano didn't like. The Red Wing general manager sent Willie Huber some flowers. He sent him pansies. I didn't know what, I'm not enough of a flower man to know what type of flowers those were. What did Kypreos get?
I'm not really sure, although they were alive. They weren't dead flowers, which you may assume.
And they weren't fake?
Some from some of his former Flyer teammates.
Kypreos jams up on the play, and Murray has it knocked down. The puck goes in the corner. The puck knocked down with a high stick, according to Gord Brosiker, so the faceoff will be to the left of Bob Mason in the Washington zone. Today's cleaning crews are far too efficient to allow some of the nonsense you used to see in the olden days when teams many times would leave something in the dressing room for the next team that would come in. Notes written on chalkboards, items placed in the center of the room, some of which we could not tell you about on the air. But today they're so efficient. The room is always sterile by the time a team gets there. Frozen puck on the backboards. And play is stopped. Now Alan May starting to talk things over with Berube. Again, nothing gets going. An update for you on the Boston-Quebec game. It's now tied 3-3. Semeta and Byers coming up with the next two Boston scores. So 3-3 at the end of the second period between Boston and Quebec. Bruins will be the Capitals' opponent Saturday afternoon. We'll have that game for you on DC-20 in the afternoon, a 1:15 game in the afternoon, and the broadcast begins at 1 o'clock with more of the story from Russia. Capitals' historic visit to the Soviet Union. 1 o'clock airtime on Saturday afternoon. Here's an icing call to stop play.
Behind the Philadelphia bench, speaking with the Flyer general manager Bobby Clarke before the game, talking about if he was surprised after playing with Paul Holmgren for so many years, if he was surprised how cool, calm, and collected Paul is, known for being such a fiery competitor on the ice. But Clarke said he wasn't surprised because he was kind of a quiet guy off the ice, occasionally would erupt on the ice, but it was usually because he felt he was wronged or one of his teammates was wrong.
Big slap shot from the right point, and Gord Murphy ties this game at 3.
Well, that'll get some noise from Holmgren and this crowd. Rob Murray, one of the best Capital face-off men, but so is Dave Poulin for the Flyers. And look at all the traffic that builds. Bob Mason has no idea. What a perfect camera angle to see exactly what a screen drive is like for a goaltender. You've got 3 players stacked up. Leaping out of the way is Derek Smith. Staying in the way is Dave Poulin. And this Flyer Spectrum crowd up on its feet cheering as this game is now tied on the slapper from Gord Murphy.
Here's Sheehy back at the blue line. Gord Murphy's 5th of the season. Poulin gets the lone assist at 1:50 of the third period. Three score. Sinisalo to the Washington line. And Portnoy bumped on the play. Leach comes back. Long shot grazes the side of the net. Out to center ice. Deflected off Portnoy's stick. It's offside anyway. And the faceoff comes back into the Washington zone with 17:37 to go in the third period. They rule that an intentional offside.
Derek Smith, number 24. To his left is Poulin, and here's the way this works. Dave Poulin wins the draw, and Murphy just steps into it. That was a little earlier. But you can see again now, there's Poulin against a guy who I know Brian Murray still has the utmost of confidence in, Rob Murray, who's done a spectacular job for Washington all year in faceoffs. But it's not so much winning the draw, but it was the ability to get that traffic in front. You saw that Bob Mason from behind just never even moved, had no idea where that puck was with all the traffic there.
If that replay was the goal, then it shouldn't have counted.
Is it too late to alert Andy Van Ellen?
Maybe they should use the instant replay in a case like that. Here's a steal, a backhander. Mason kicks it out. Wrist shot goes wide. Sutter into the corner. And Tocchet fires wide of the Washington net. The Flyers come out buzzing here to start the third period. Ivan Korovo up to center ice. Gets it across the line, drops it off. Hatcher a shot, a rebound, and Korovo sends it over the net. Now played by Mark Howe up the boards to the point. Hatcher bumped by Tocchet and knocked down on the play. And Tocchet reaches for Hunter and takes a swipe at him. Scott Stevens a long drive off the glove of Reagan. Back into the corner. John Druce. Over to Dale Hunter. Hunter off the side of the net looking for Druce. His stick was held up, but I think they're going to call the penalty on Druce for getting the stick up in the face of Mark Howe, or is it holding against Howe? They both were entangled with one another, and it looks like it's Howe who's going off the ice.
In your pursuit of the finer things in life, you can save up for a Jaguar XJ6, or you can choose a richly appointed, high-performance British luxury car that gives you what you want, somewhat ahead of schedule. The name is 827. Sterling 827.
See your Sterling dealer now for $3,500 to $5,000 factory cashback.
Mark Howe in the penalty box for holding at 3:19. Chance for the Capitals to regain the lead and quiet this crowd down a bit. There you see Howe has got the stick of John Druce held up, and there's the arm of Andy Van Hellemond was up, but it certainly looked like John Druce could have also been called for a high sticking penalty, as his stick definitely caught the face of Mark Howe.
Caps with the power play. Here's Pavanka in the right wing corner. Fires a shot toward the net, knocked away. Ridley takes it and brings it back to Pavanka. Now again to Ridley. To Scott Stevens. To the left point, Johansson. His drive knocked down and kicked away to the corner. Pavanka chases it, gives it up to Murphy. To the point. Scott Stevens keeps it in. Off Ridley's stick. Picked up by Jay Wells and cleared. But Ridley grabs it. Tries to center. And stolen by Acton, who clears it all the way down. Scott Stevens across the line to Pavanka. Into the right wing corner for Ridley. Played back to the right point. Calle Johansson's shot just wide. Ridley takes it back over to Ciccarelli. Dino Ciccarelli, a slap shot wide of the net and skims past Johansson and back into the Washington zone. Long lead pass out to Ciccarelli. 45 seconds left in the Capitals power play. Courtnall chased to the corner by Chychrun and knocked to the ice. Now back into the Washington zone. Johansson over to Hatcher. Sutter all over him, and Hatcher finally helped out as Hunter comes in to bowl over Sutter. Hunter comes back with a puck. Gets to the blue line. Left wing pass for Johansson. Drops it at the point. Tocchet comes up high with the elbows on Hunter. And the Capitals showing remarkable restraint with the Flyers running around. Here's Hunter, a shot. That's caught by Reagan. He hangs on. Now Alan May starts to talk it over with Chychrun. The Capitals 3, the Flyers 3. Back with more here in the third period after this.
If he doesn't start reading now, he may never get off this step. Get him booked now for the future. Learn more about Reading is Fundamental. RIF, the organization that's getting kids to read right now.
Well, Dale Hunter had cleaned out Ron Sutter, so Rick Tocchet returns the favor for his teammate. Banging Hunter into the boards. Play carries further down in the corner, and this is where May and Chychrun eventually get at it. The shot coming on, and there to the left of the screen is the battle with Chychrun and May. And penalty to Howe is up. Teams are back at full strength.
Alan May on the backboards, jammed up. Jay Wells takes it away. Here's Wells, gives it away. Murray fires, and a save to Reagan. Kypreos looking for a rebound, but none is yielded. Back comes Murphy to the blue line for Mellanby. And off offside call.
Boy, Wells with a terrible giveaway. He had Alan May bearing down on him. And the way Alan May has been blasting people, that certainly may have had an effect in the play, forcing Wells to make that errant pass. Rob Murray had some time, elected to wind up and unload as quickly as possible. Reggett makes a strong save, and Nick Kyprios couldn't track down that rebound. But the Capitals provided with a golden opportunity off the giveaway by Jay Wells, who is still furious at himself.
14-14 to go here in the third period. 3-3 lockup. Rouse up the right wing boards. Poke back into the corner. And Calle Johansson hit hard by Dave Poulin. Puck tipped outside the line, but Howe takes over. Mark Howe flips to Poulin back at the Philadelphia blue line. Now for Mellanby. Chased. Courtnall tries to work it free. At the point is Pivonka. Over to Johansson for the right point, Bob Rouse. A slap shot and a kick save by Reggett. Now Pivonka. Out to Leach. Doesn't get enough wood on it. The Flyers come back. Lead pass for Derek Smith across 2 lines from back in the Philadelphia zone. Offside.
How would you like to win 2 tickets to the NHL All-Star Game January 21st in Pittsburgh, or win other prizes of Caps tickets to upcoming home games? To win, all you have to do is enter the Campbell's Capitals Chunky Soup All-Star Fan Sweepstakes. If you'd like to enter, just send your name, address, phone number, and the Campbell's Chunky Soup slogan, "It takes care of the meanest appetites," to Capitals Campbell's Chunky Soup Sweepstakes, Post Office Box 1234, Hyattsville, Maryland 20785. You must be 18 years old. Grand prize winner selected by random.
Chychrun backboards the puck over to Karkner. Right in front, it's taken away. Miller reaches for it. But the Flyers get out of the jam. Here's Sinisalo up to Karkner. Karkner across the blue line, chased by Hatcher. And Scott Stevens comes up with a puck. Here's Stevens to Ridley. Right wing side for Miller. Kelly Miller inside the zone to Ridley. Karkner kicks it away, and Hatcher has to chase it back to center ice. Throws it into the corner. Chychrun back to get it. Flips it end over end out to center ice. Stevens reaching for it. And has it taken away. Kevin Hatcher. Back to center. Jay Wells trading passes with Gord Murphy. And the Flyers and Capitals change up the line. Scott Stevens into the corner. Hooked on the play. Sends it over to Dale Hunter. Here's Hunter starting out. Into trouble, Tocchet right on him, steals and fires wide of the Washington net. Now back to John Druce on right wing. Here's Druce out to center. Hunter across the line, and Corvo ruled offside. The shot went into the net, and Wayne Bonney says offside, and Ivan Corvo arguing the call with the linesman.
Boy, I don't know how much Ken Reggett let up because he heard the whistle, or how much he just misplayed the puck. This was almost a 4-3 Capital lead. Capitals, though, no real major arguments to Wayne Bonney. Everybody trying to look up at the screen here to look for some sort of replay. And on the version of the telescreen they have here in the Spectrum, they were replaying an Islander goal that puts the Islanders ahead 3-0 over Buffalo. Hubie McDonough, the newcomer for the New York Islanders, picking up the score.
Sheehy pops it up. But it's taken by Wells. He starts out to Craven. Craven across the blue line. Drop pass. Tocchet back to Craven. Right through the goal mouth. Just about down the center. Now Howe walks in and fires, but a glove save made by Mason. And Hunter winds up on top of Murray Craven. Craven gets back up. And those two wrestle a bit. And I would think there will be penalties here as the linesmen try to keep them apart. Now more might be happening as Sheehy and Corvo are both on the back glass with Sutter. Now just Corvo talking to Sutter and Andy Van Hellemond standing by. But Bonney and Brossiger get the job done here to get Hunter away from Craven.
Pair of number 32s in the penalty box, Hunter and Craven. Each get 2-minute calls for roughing at 8:06.
Dale Hunter, Washington, Murray Fraser, the Flyers, each minor roughing.
Once again, Craig Berube out there against, he will be near Dino Ciccarelli in this faceoff, and Berube continues to talk to Ciccarelli. Now, Rouse has moved in there next to Berube, but watch number 17. See if he says anything. He keeps looking back and saying something to Dino Ciccarelli. Every time Berube's been on the ice with Ciccarelli there, they have exchanged words. I'm sure Craig Berube would like nothing more than to take Dino Ciccarelli off the ice for a while with this game tied at 3.
Draw comes back to the point, a wrist shot wide from Huffman. And now Mason plays it ahead for Miller. Berube jammed up. Ridley runs into Rouse and finally clears the puck out of the zone to center, but Mark Howe takes it at the red line. Johansson in the corner, bumped by Sutter. Back to Calle Johansson. Sutter's after him again. And Kelly Miller takes it on the left wing. Up to center ice. Mike Ridley across the blue line. Looks for Ciccarelli. Finds him. Dino coming on the left wing and can't get the shot off. His helmet pulled from his head by Mark Howe. Here's Craig Berube back inside the Washington zone. Jammed up in the corner. Sutter held up there by Bob Rouse. Now Ridley throws it up the boards to the point. Chychrun keeps it in. Bouncing puck played away from Berube. He chases to the corner with Johansson right after it. Johansson makes the play, but Tocchet gets the puck. He's held on by Mike Ridley. And finally, Miller clears it out of there to center ice. Ciccarelli leads a group back to the bench. New skaters come out. And the puck led into the corner. Poulin bumped by Bob Rouse. Poulin escapes, but not before Leach comes in to get the puck. Ahead on the right wing side for Michael Pavelka. Now Poulin. Back in the corner, Rouse chased in. Johansson clears it off the boards and sends it all the way down the ice. This will be icing, but now Mellanby drops the gloves back inside the Washington zone with Bob Rouse. Mellanby trying to throw punches. Rouse connects with one right to the jaw. Rouse getting that right hand free and pounded Mellanby one. Now grabs hold and starts to try and throw more, but the linesmen are on them, and all this behind the play after an icing call. And we'll see Mellanby and Rouse each headed to the penalty box for at least 5-minute fighting majors. More from the Spectrum in Philadelphia follows these words.
Down low monthly payments at participating Canon dealers.
We're waiting for the calls here. Andy Van Hellemond talking right now to the penalty timekeeper, Rouse, and there's Scott Mellanby. Both are in the box waiting to see if one or the other gets an instigator call.
I wouldn't be surprised, Al, to hear some stick work penalties to each of those players, too. Here they come.
Each 2 minutes for slashing, each 2 minutes for high sticking, and each 5 minutes for fighting.
Well, slashing and high sticking calls to both Rouse and Mellanby, and then each gets 5-minute fighting majors besides. So the stick work that began that whole affair amounts to 4 minutes per side, then the 5-minute fighting majors.
Well, those are good calls by Andy Van Hellemond. We were able to see a replay while we were out, and there was no question both of them were whacking each other, then jabbing each other with the sticks high. But this is something that's probably going to affect the Capitals a lot more than it will the Philadelphia Flyers. Scott Mellanby, pretty tenacious right winger, but late in the hockey game, Brian Murray still likes to keep a 6-man defensive rotation, and now they will have to do without Bob Rouse for 9 minutes of the 10-14 that remains in this hockey game.
Rouse and Mellanby still yakking it up pretty good in the penalty boxes as play continues. 3-3 score. Jay Wells out to center ice. Here's Bullard across the line, centers it. Great save by Mason, sliding across the goal mouth to rob Keith Acton. Stevens ties up Acton in the corner. Slid ahead on the right wing, and Leach moves it to the blue line, but not out. Cleared to center. Murphy back to his own line. Up to center ice for Acton. Behind Sinisalo, and Kevin Hatcher takes over. He leads it to Pavanka. Pavanka across the blue line, inside the Flyers zone. Drop pass comes to Kortnall. His shot hit the stick of Gord Murphy. Now Bullard comes back for Philadelphia. Bullard to center ice. Back inside the Washington zone. Scott Stevens. Passes all the way down the ice. They rule no icing. Ron Sutter. Out to Mark Howe. And the puck cleared rink wide, and Huffman's back to get it. Mark Howe at center. Right wing side for Eklund. Kelly Eklund drop pass. The shot dribbles on net, and Mason scoops it up with a glove. 8:48 to go here in the third period. The Capitals and the Flyers tied at 3.
Boy, some real deja vu. Just the other night, it was Bullard and Berube coming down on a 2-on-1 with both Stevens and Leach back trying to catch these guys. This one, a much wider version, and neither player, Stevens or Leach, in really good position to prevent that pass. And what a spectacular save by Bob Mason to keep this a 3-all hockey game. Terrific pass from Bullard. Great one-time get that shot away quickly by Acton. As Kevin Hatcher had been knocked down, Scott Stevens made a swipe at the puck but couldn't come up with it cleanly, and that allowed Bullard and Acton to get in deep. And Mason had to stand his ground to keep the Capitals in it.
Here's Ridley on the left wing boards, tries to work it free. Miller fires a save, a shot, and a goal! Kelly Miller puts the Capitals in the lead 4-3.
All night long, this line, every time they've been on the ice, has had quality scoring chances. Here, the Capitals' hard work along the boards pays off. Look at that terrific spinning move by Mike Ridley. You see Reggett down again and giving up the rebound. This is not a dramatic give up of the rebound, but enough to keep Kelly Miller in activity. And Dino Ciccarelli was right there as well. Even though Reggett is pretty well upright, even when he's down, he still is off his feet, and that gives Miller some room to shoot up top. And with 8:20 left to go in this hockey game, the Capitals lead it 4-3.
Miller from Ridley at 11:29. Kelly Miller's 10th goal of the season. Washington 4, Philadelphia 3. 8 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the third period. Chychrun's back for an icing call here. And the face-off will be in the Washington zone.
Well, we hope you're with us on WDCA Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. for part 2 of the Capitals' trip to Russia. This will include their visit to Leningrad and to Riga in Latvia. That's Saturday at 1 p.m. And that precedes the Capitals-Bruins game, which gets underway at 1:35. See all the hockey action right here on WDCA TV 20. You know, also, Mike, that play was very reminiscent of what Mike Ridley did on Saturday night. The way he spun out of the corner, made a little pivot move, and then found a man in front. That time it was Dino Ciccarelli who snapped the shot in to the open net. This time, Kelly Miller had to do a little more work for it. But outstanding work by Mike Ridley, keying that play. As the Flyers in this third period, I thought, had started to really show some dominance along the boards. Mike Ridley ended that there. A nice bit of move, nice set of moves to set up his line mate, Kelly Miller. And when you think about Kelly Miller, only 19 goals last year, which was a quite successful year for a guy known basically as a defensive player and a grinder, already with 10 goals into the season.
The face-off in the corner to the left of Bob Mason, who has a lifetime mark against the Flyers of 3 wins, 5 losses, and a 3.95 average. So statistically, you would look for him to give up 1 more goal against Philadelphia. The Capitals will try to prevent that. Mason scoops it up. Bob Mason's play of late certainly holding other teams at 3 goals per game, a 3.17 average coming into this contest. And in the last 5 games, Mason has given up 3 goals in 4 of those 5 appearances.
Well, Bob Mason says he feels a lot better just by getting some game action. he also said that coming in twice for Don Beaupre in relief really helped him out in his starting assignments because it got a little of the rust away, got him a little more confident, and back to gauge the pace of the National Hockey League game again.
Mason has been named one of the game's 3 stars in 2 of his last 3 outings. Reggett holds on to the puck here, and that stops play with 7:34 to go in the 3rd period. Capitals leading 4-3 on Kelly Miller's 10th goal of the season from Mike Ridley after the Flyers had tied it up.
Well, if you're still thinking about some Christmas gifts for a hockey fan that you know, how about picking up a season ticket or partial plan for them? You can get them for all the remaining games or just some of the games that are left with a great schedule of action still ahead at the Capitol Center. If you'd like more information on how you can do it, give the Capitol sales reps a call at 386-7080. That's 386-7080. Down to 7 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. Brian Murray's Capitals holding a 4-3 lead over the Flyers. They've got the face-off down at the Philadelphia end. Hunter against Ron Sutter.
From the draw, puck shot out of play. And another line change coming from Brian Murray as he sends out Kyprios, May, and Rob Murray. Langway and Sheehy on the blue line. And right away, Reggett shoves it aside to the corner. Tockett's after it. Gord Murphy in there, and he's bumped by Alan May. Here is Mark Howe. Out to center. Gord Murphy throws it into the Washington zone. It bounces past the stick of Sheehy. And Langway is in to take it. Rod Langway, long lead pass, goes too far for Nick Kyprios. Back to Mark Howe. Long lead pass from Howe. This one off the stick of Tocchet. Langway catches up to him and throws the puck in behind the goal. Off the board. Sheehy jams up with Sutter. And Murray is able to do the clearing job, sending it all the way down the ice. Now May takes a swing at Wells. They drop the gloves. And Alan May pulled away. Tocchet tries to jump into it. Now it's going to be Kyprios in there. Kyprios and Wells are the 2 that end up dancing. And the linesmen aren't in there yet. Tocchet is on the ice. And Kyprios and Wells are pulled apart. Sheehy has an eye on Tocchet. Not much in the punching department there.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see if Andy Van Hellemond gives out any extra penalties. With May and Wells getting things started, then Kyprios in there as Rick Tocchet also tried to leap in. Rod Langway grabbing onto Tocchet. I wonder if Langway hadn't had such a good hold of him, could Tocchet have gotten the 3rd man in? And what a dangerous player that would have been. The Capitals wouldn't have had to see anymore. But Wells is in the penalty box. Kyprios in there for the Capitals.
There is some discretion involved when assessing a penalty for 3rd man in, but see how this develops.
See the way Tocchet comes in there right after Alan May, and Rod Langway grabs a hold of Tocchet, but then Kyprios, almost like a little defensive rotation, ends up being the man closest to Wells and drops the gloves and goes.
Time of the penalty calls 13:15 in the 3rd period.
Wells and Kyprios were given 2 minutes each for roughing. 13-15. Dave pulling out there to take this faceoff. You know, Stephen Leach has been taking most of the faceoffs when Pavanka has been out there. Michael Pavanka still bothered a bit with a muscle pull on the left side. He says that where it bothers him the most is on faceoffs. So Leach has been taking the draws for this line.
Roughing calls to Wells and Kyprios. Doesn't affect the manpower. Mason scoops up the shot, holds it behind the net. and stops play. Now some more pushing and shoving at the side of the net. Steve Leach is involved with this one. He and Gordon Murphy get in some pokes at one another. And it looks like these two are headed off the ice now. And now Leach has something to say to the Flyers' Derek Smith.
And I think Leach may have just bought himself a misconduct. As it looks like, well, he's able to head to the Capitals bench, so I thought they were, the way Andy Van Hellemond raced over to him and pulled him away from the penalty box, I thought they were going to give him the gate.
I thought they were just sending him off the ice. But instead, he doesn't even go to the penalty box. No penalty called at all.
I'd say Andy Van Hellemond has been very liberal on both sides. He's cracked down upon occasion, but he has let a lot of these skirmishes go without penalty calls, so he's keeping people out there. Now Mike Ridley, Miller, and Cicerelli back out for the Capitals.
Kick to the point. Gordon Murphy keeps it in. Now it's stolen. Cicerelli starts back for Washington. Leads it left side. Ridley can't get it, and Mark Howe sends it up to center. Here's Derek Smith in across the blue line, and poke check by Cicerelli back to the point. And it did come out of the zone. Poulin throws it across the line, offside called by Brossiger. And Gordy Brossiger nose to nose down there with Poulin, who says it was offside. Poulin's pretty aggressive in his feelings here that he doesn't think that was an offside call, but now seems to be discussing it in a rather businesslike manner. But Gord Brossiger arguing back at him that it was outside the line and it is offside. Let's take a look. The whole puck must be across the whole line. Now it is.
Certainly
we have to see it come back.
Yeah, Poulin stays on side. The puck will come back towards him. That was just the original call from Brossiger that everything was okay because Poulin was straddling the line. It was when the puck came back to Poulin while he was being tied up with the Capitals.
Right.
But Gord Brossiger made that call.
Here's Cartner, has it knocked away to the corner. Eklund. Centering pass, right on, and a shot stopped by Mason. It goes over the goal on the rebound. Back to the point. Cartner's backhander. Blocked by Corvo. Ivan Corvo steers it outside the line. And all the way back into the Philadelphia zone. Langway over to Hatcher. Leads to center ice, and it goes all the way down back in the Flyer zone. Mike Bullard. Out to center. Acton has it slapped away. Craven across the blue line. Drop pass. Stolen by Pavanka. 2-on-1. Courtnall with Leach. In across the line on Mark Howe. The pass over the stick of Leach. Back comes Acton for Philadelphia. Keith Acton across the line. Into the corner, and Scott Stevens works it up the sideboards for Michael Pavanka. Checked on the play. Sutter has it taken away by Cicerelli. Over to Courtnall. He shoots, and it's stopped by Regan. Cicerelli out of the corner. Gets help from Pavanka. Thrown behind the net. Now to Kelly Miller. His shot blocked. Fires again, and it's caught by Regan. And he holds on long enough to get a whistle. 4:09 to go in the third period. Caps leading the Flyers 4-3.
Amtrak is the better way to Atlantic City. Special bonuses add to the fun. Daily service. Call your travel agent or call Amtrak at 1-800-USA-RAIL.
Bye-bye, old boy.
They face-off in the Philadelphia zone. Mike Ridley will be out there. Ken Regan has seen 43 shots come his way from the Washington Capitals. A great number of them from this line of Ridley, Cicerelli, and Miller. Miller's goal right now is the difference. Came on a Ridley assist at 11:29. We've got 4:09 left to go in this third period with the Caps on top 4-3.
Jam up in the corner. Poulin starts out on the right wing now to Sutter. Across the line, Langway takes him out, allowing Mason to clear the puck. Almost picked up by Kelly Miller, but Wells goes back to get it. Here's Poulin. Up the boards for Howe. Mark Howe sends it all the way back inside the Washington zone. Neil Sheehy back to take it. Out at center ice, and Wells throws it on into the corner of the Washington end. 3.5 minutes to play. Langway held up behind the net. Alan May up the boards. Finds Kelly Miller on the left wing. Miller right side for Sheehy. Sends it all the way down, back inside Flyer territory. Caps change up on the fly, so do the Flyers. Eklund with the puck to center ice. Back into the Washington zone. Kyprios to the corner after it. He's bumped by Acton. Rob Murray to the point, but not out. Played off the backboards. And cleared off the side glass by Scott Stevens all the way back into the Flyer end. Just under 3 minutes to play in the third period. Right wing pass for Acton. Tries to center. Kevin Hatcher takes it behind the net. Hatcher works to the red line. Throws it across the blue line into Philadelphia ice. Here's Eklund coming out. Kelly Eklund across the line. Looks for Acton in front, but it's stolen. And back come the Capitals. Courtnall has it taken away just as quickly by Eklund. Right wing pass. Gord Murphy inside the Washington zone. Throws it behind the net. Cleared up the sideboards now for Steve Leach. Acton grabs it, centers, but Scott Stevens finds Courtnall and breaks to center. Courtnall to the blue line. Drop pass for Leach. And that's stolen, and here comes Craven coming back. Murray Craven. Sweeps behind the goal, holds on to Langway. Just under 2 minutes to play. Steve Leach flips it out to center ice and sends it back inside the Flyer zone. And it's going to be an icing call here as Sutter comes back to get it. And that'll bring the faceoff back inside the Washington zone with 1:45 to go here in the third period. Leach tried to give that a soft touch, hoping there wouldn't be an icing call. The Capitals wanted a line change, but he would have preferred that the puck been kept in motion so that the clock would keep running.
Yeah, but he also was in perfect defensive position to cover Mark Howe. That's where the Flyers tried to go back. Everybody trapped down low, and you look for a situation like that with the Capitals trying to collapse so many people back, particularly their forwards down low. You look for somebody like Howe to come sneaking in. Well, Stephen Leach was the lone forward up there, and his defensive responsibility was specifically Mark Howe, and he made an excellent play to pick it off. John Druce has been sent over there to talk to Bob Rouse, because Rouse should be able to come out of the penalty box in just about a minute. I think Paul Holmgren is going to take his time out and talk to Ken Regan in particular about exactly when he wants him out of the net. The faceoff will be inside the Capitals' defensive end.
Now, I have not heard an announcement here as to who called timeout.
You can understand why both coaches would want to take the timeout.
But I'd like to know who called it, because that tells you who's got one left. I thought they used to announce that all the time. You would always hear a public address announcement as to who called the timeout.
Andy Van Helleman now is over there
recording it, maybe?
trying to get exactly who it is. Brian Murray has got both Dale Hunter and Mike Ridley out there. Kelly Miller also the other forward. So if Hunter gets thrown out, Ridley will be available to take this draw. Ron Sutter and Craven also can take the draws. It'll be Sutter against Hunter to start.
Capitals get it. Langway goes behind the net. A minute 40 to play in the third period. Washington leads 4-3. Thanks to a goal by Kelly Miller. Here's Mark Howe across the blue line, but Hunter takes over there. Bats it off the boards to the point. Howe keeps it in. Played behind the net. Langway moves it out from behind the net. Over to Sheehy. Up the boards to Miller. And Ridley overskates the puck. Sutter takes it now back to Mark Howe. Down to 1:10 left in the third period. Reagan ready to make his move to the goal as soon as the Flyers dump it in, or out of the goal to the Philadelphia bench. Howe skates back into his own zone. We're in the final minute of play. Hunter steals the puck and dumps it inside the Flyers zone, and that's going to really hold up Philadelphia, changing their goalie in for a sixth attacker. 48 seconds to go. Poulin to center ice. Ciccarelli steals it. He dumps it back inside Philadelphia ice. Chychrun behind the net. 35 seconds to go. Let out to Jay Wells, to Poulin. He dumps it in, and Reggett comes to the bench with 30 seconds to play. Tocchet jammed up in the corner by Kevin Hatcher. Played behind the goal. Now Poulin to the point for Wells. Keeps it in. The Philadelphia net is empty. Hatcher steals, clears it up the board. Chychrun keeps it in with a shot. Save, rebound! Shot just wide by Poulin. He had an empty net to shoot at. 7 seconds left. The puck cleared back to center ice. Great scoring chance for the Flyers. Poulin throws to the line, and the Philadelphia Flyers have run out of time as the Washington Capitals hold on and defeat the Flyers by a score of 4-3, and now take a 2-1 lead in the season series of 7 games, and they win a big one here in the Spectrum. Shots on goal in the third period for Washington, 15, a game total of 43. And for Philadelphia, 9 third period shots, giving them a total of 31 for the night. Final score, Capitals 4 and Philadelphia 3. Here's that last scoring chance.
Dave Poulin, you couldn't ask for more, except maybe the puck not bouncing as much, but he had the open net, he had Mason down, but remember, Poulin missed 16 games with a broken left thumb, so he may not be in 100% condition, and particularly game sharp, to where you want to be able to bury a bouncing puck with time running out. Caps pull it out. We'll return after these messages.